I have another terrible story to add to the mix. This is from The Independent. They say, Ebola, 4 dead after new outbreak in Congo. Governor calls for calm and advises people not to touch ill or dead people who had a fever or bleeding. 2020 will not give us a break. Will not give us a break. Somebody I follow on Twitter, Michael, his account is at Bernie Woulda Won. Woulda, Woulda. He tweeted the other day, here's what 2020 has given us. And he went through a list. I think it started with Trump assassinating willy-nilly an Iranian general and bringing us to the brink of a new hot war. Started with that. Then Kobe Bryant died. Then, I don't know exactly what he put after that. It might have been COVID-19 was the next thing he put after that. Then it's like economic depression. Then it's George Floyd being murdered, and then complete social unrest, protests, but also riots and looting. Then I just covered the story. We dropped 7,420 some odd bombs on Afghanistan, killing 60% children, and the ones that were studied, there were like 10 or 15 airstrikes studied, and it was 60% children that we killed. We're learning that. We're still in Iraq. We're still in Afghanistan. We had an earthquake yesterday in California, 5.5. Not the San Andreas, thank God. And now we're learning 4 dead from Ebola. We got a new Ebola outbreak. And on top of all this, Trump said the other day in his speech, yeah, I'm going to deploy the U.S. military on U.S. streets to stop looters and rioters. You can't deploy the U.S. military on U.S. streets. That's martial law. That's a dictatorship. That's you ignoring the First Amendment and the Constitution. That's what that is. That's you saying I'm effectively getting it. That's not going to exist. Talk to people in the military. They say, we're trained to kill, bro. We're not supposed to handle things domestically. I mean, you shouldn't even be killing overseas because it should only be in cases of self-defense as the last resort. But like, going to deploy him in the U.S. domestically? All this, everything's just falling apart. It's just hitting us and hitting us and hitting us. It's so bad that when you read that there's an Ebola outbreak, my reaction was like, oh. Like, it's almost, I'm so numb inside now that you could throw almost anything at me. Although, to be fair, no, there were some things that pierced through. But, like, honestly, 92% of things that I look at that really impact other people, I'm like, yeah, well, what'd you expect? Like, that's where we're at right now. Oh, boy, it's rough. It is rough. Now, thankfully, I don't know, this isn't, like, great news, but Ebola is a lot less contagious than even COVID-19. Now, Ebola is a lot more dangerous. If you get it, you're much more likely to die than if you get COVID-19. But COVID-19 spreads a lot easier. Ebola, you literally have to come into contact with like the bodily fluids of somebody who's passed from Ebola. So it's a lot harder to spread. But that's cold comfort, dog. That's cold comfort right there. Because what is happening? 2020 is slapping us in the face and shitting down our throats. That's a gross visual, but that's what's happening. 2020 is... There was a time when I was a kid where I thought that we had evolved past war as human beings. After learning about like World War I, World War II, Vietnam, and then at the time, I didn't know of any wars. I was a kid, and it was like the early in the Clinton administration or something like that. And I was like, oh, we don't have wars anymore. Like, we defeated that. Now look at everything going on. Not only do we have wars, but everything else about society's falling apart, so. God damn it, Bernie, why didn't you win? Oh! I have no positive note to end this story on, so we can end the video now.